Alright, C4 Motorsports here. Today we're going to be working on the trailer. We're going to try to get this axle out from underneath of it, and then we're going to put a new one in there, get tires switched over, that sort of thing. Then we're going to put new lights and wiring and throw some boards on it for decking for now. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that and see what we can get into. So I went ahead and got it up on jack stands, ready to go. I'm gonna start taking out the U-bolts. I don't know if you can see it or not. The U-bolts down there, I'll probably have to run and get some new U-bolts, because you probably shouldn't just reuse those, but I'll probably just run and get some more of those. But I got the new axle over here. The only reason I'm changing it out is because I wanted it to be a little bit wider, because the main purpose for this trailer is for the Lightning Sprint to go on. But I'm also making it multi-purpose, because I don't like things that only have one purpose. But if I can, I like to multi-purpose it. So I'm going to make it so that I can throw on some pieces of PVC down the middle for a jet ski trailer also, which that'll probably be another video for another day. But you guys, when I get the jet ski and stuff, I'll show you videos of that stuff too. So do all kinds of fun stuff with that. But you know, for now, you know, it's a race car trailer. Maybe haul some firewood with it, and then I'll make it, you know, transform later into a jet ski trailer and something that'll hold the kayaks and canoes or whatever else we decide to get into, because you just never know what we're gonna do. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this axle out, get these tires off of here, and we'll try to go from there. Cannot believe that came out without breaking those off. Alright, so because this is a wider axle, I got to go ahead and put these spring perch axle mount things in. It goes underneath of the axle and on the top of the spring, and the axle will sit in there just like these factory ones, but because this is wider than the leaf springs were, instead of moving the leaf springs, I'm just going to put these underneath there and get her all measured out and squared up and weld it up. get you guys a closer view of what we're looking at here. Like I said, these just sit, there's a little nipple that sticks up out of the leaf spring pack here. And this hole sits right around there. Helps you stay centered up, squared up on the leaf spring to the axle. So I'll go ahead and I'll get the other one in the other side, and I'll measure the heck out of everything and get them welded up, get some tires put back on it, some U-bolts put on it. I'll just get new U-bolts because those ones are kind of rusty. So, okay, quick update. These I noticed were actually the wrong ones. So I ran into town and I got the right ones because I'm a little OCD like that. So got the right ones. I'm gonna go ahead and put those underneath there. And I went and got, while I was in town, I got some new U-bolts for both sides. So we're gonna go ahead and get these all put on, measured up, and I'll probably show you some more of it. I noticed that this axle has a bow in it. Now, I don't really know why it has a bow in it. If you do know the reason, let me know in the comment section below. I would like to know. My guess is that it's because of when you put a load on it, like how you see a semi-trailer, how a long flatbed semi-trailer or something has an arch in it, and when they put the weight on it, it's flat. So that would be my guess. But if you know for sure, let me know in the comment section below. I would appreciate it. But for now, I'm going to just measure off of the existing mount to the new one. I'm going to do that on both sides, and that's how I'm going to keep it straight on there. Plus I'll level everything out, you know, throw a level underneath here to keep it, you know, because of that bow. I'm not sure if it would throw off the levelness of the spindles or not, but I'm going to just keep everything level and squared and best I can. It's not, for this little trailer, it's not the end of the world if it's not absolutely perfect, but I like to be as perfect as I can, so I'll do it the best way I know how. This is by no means do it this way and that's how it's done, but you can do it however you want. I'm just showing you how I do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it. And so I just went ahead and put a level on here, and I was shocked that it's actually level, because nothing ever works out that good for me. So I'll take it where I can get it. This is obviously not level, but it doesn't take much to get it leveled out. But I still, like I said, I got to measure it out off of the original mount to the new one before I get too carried away with the level. Make sure both sides are exactly the same. That way you're not having your axle one way or the other underneath the trailer. So I'll get that figured out and get it back to level. I just wanted you to see what I was talking about. You could put it on here too, but I don't know if there's a big enough spot there to be able to get your level on there. So this is probably your next best bet. As long as your trailer's level, then you can level that. Went ahead and welded both sides, and now I'm gonna clean it up and throw a coat of paint on it real quick, and then I'll throw the U-bolts on it, get the tires back on, and then we can set the trailer back down on the ground, and then we'll probably start working on lights after that. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna hit it with a coat of paint real quick. Alright, got it all painted up, guys, and cleaned up and looking pretty good. We're gonna throw the U-bolts in it now. This ain't a paid sponsorship by no means, but if you'd like to, I'd love to advertise for you guys. But I'm telling you, Rust-Oleum professional grade paint, it's about the bee's knees as far as I'm concerned. I use it on everything. So just thought I'd throw that in there. That's a good quality paint. It's good and strong, heavy duty paint. Takes quite a beating, so I'd throw that in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the U-bolts and tires. So I'll probably show you how that's done as soon as the paint dries. So I noticed that these U-bolts are just raw metal. They're not painted. So when I put them on and get the plate on and all the washers and bolts and all that, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw a coat of paint on it all again, just because, like I said, this is gonna double as a jet ski trailer also. So these are gonna probably be underwater at some point. Obviously, I don't want things rotting out any faster than what they absolutely have to. So I'll just go ahead and throw another coat of paint on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the U-bolts on it and show you guys how that's done. Alright, got it off the jack stands and back to the ground. So now we're going to go ahead and do the wiring. Run that while nothing's up here blocking our way, make it easy on ourselves. I'm going to start at the front and work my way to the back. That way I know I have plenty of extra lead on the plug end. Alright, I'm going to grab the lights and I'll bring it out a little closer for you guys to see. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this inside of here. I just kind of threw it through here just for measurement's sake to make sure I had enough up here, but I'm actually going to run it inside just to keep it nice and clean looking. I don't want it to look like I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so pop that. Well, let me pop it right through the side here. Maybe that looks a little bit better. Just so it happens to be a nice little opening there. Alright, that's more than plenty for what I'm doing here. I'll keep it about like so. That ought to be plenty. Now this isn't attached or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and use that to keep that wire up here. That'll actually come up on a stand a little bit higher, so I can actually crank it. I was going to put a electric winch on here, which I have. I just don't want to. I want to run this just that way I don't have to have a battery and all this other crap in here. So for something that's probably going to be in and out of the water, just getting beat to crap, maybe help pull a log up onto it, or the jet ski, or whatever the case may be, this is plenty. This is for 1,200 pounds, so it ought to do just fine. Okay, so these are the lights I'm going to use. They're LED, just a 3-wire, completely sealed light. It's, you know, probably, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches altogether by 16 inches long. And I'm going to mount them down here. I'm going to mount them low, because I gotta have ramps to get the race car on here, and I don't want the ramps to break the light off. So I'm going to mount it low. Now I'm going to run these wires through the frame, which I already went ahead and drilled a hole, and I put a rubber grommet in there, which I'll show you that here in just a second. So I'll run the wires through there, and then these are just self-tappers that I'll self-tap it into the frame. And I'll show you, I already got that side done, so I'll show it to you real quick. So here's this side. This will be the left side if you're standing behind it. I'm gonna try to show you. See how I have it lower on the frame? This frame has these things. I don't know what these are for, but those were already on there. This used to be a camper, like a pop-up camper chassis, so I don't know what that was for, but I'm gonna leave it on there because I figure it'll help protect the light a little bit if I happen to get a little low to the ground back here. Some of the trucks I pull with, they're a little bit taller, so it might put the back end of the trailer pretty low. But yeah, see, these are just self-tappered. Focus you in here. Yep, self-tappered LEDs, like I said, low on the frame. And then I ran the wires right through the frame with a rubber grommet there to keep it from rubbing the wires raw and shorting out. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side over here. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and mount this up and let you guys watch me do it. Alright, that's on there good and solid. Now, there's a bar that runs right through the center here, it's an angle iron, this one. I'm going to drill a hole through here just for running these wires over to here. Plus I'm going to drill one in here and throw a grommet in both of them, just because the wires are on this side of it, so that way I can get all this stuff hooked up and it'll all be ready to go. But I'm going to get the holes drilled first, and then, like I said, put the grommets in there just to keep it from getting all wore out and shorting out in the frame. Nobody wants that, it's no good. So that's what I'm going to do next, and then I'll start wiring. Okay, so I went ahead and drilled all the holes. I drilled one there, there, and over there. And I put grommets in all of them. So now, I'll try to get you a close up. Ooh. See, I got the wires running through there, into there, and come out over here. And now that will get tied into the wiring for the lights itself that runs clear up to the front. Same with the other side, but I got to get that ran right now. So I'm gonna take you through what I did real quick here. I went ahead and mounted the lights, which I showed you that. Drilled the holes and put the grommets in it. So I showed you that too. And then I went ahead and drilled a hole here, right here, to run a zip tie in there to keep all the wires from drooping down right there. They run through here with a grommet, and I threw a zip tie on there too, just to keep them from rubbing even more. Another zip tie. Went over to here, which actually has a grommet. A grommet there. It's grounded here and it's grounded over there. And going ahead, this is marine grade shrink wrap or shrink tubing. Plus the connectors are shrink tube or shrink heat shrink connectors also, on top of having the marine grade shrink tubing around them. Zip tied here, and then I went ahead and along the frame in a couple different spots I went ahead and zip tied it just to keep it from vibrating and just help it out a little bit more than just having it sitting in there. So as of right now, all those should be hooked up fine and working good. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start putting the decking on, which I know it's not treated. I don't really care. It's just 2x6 is all it is. It's just going to get beat to crap, so throwing firewood and race cars and junk and everything else on top of it. So not super concerned about it being treated or none of that nonsense, even though it is going to be in water eventually. But for now, I'm going to try to strategically put those on here with enough of a gap between them that I can have where I can just like have a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a pocket to set something in if I want to use the trailer for a jet ski trailer, that I can have a like a T basically that sets down in these pockets that has two pieces of like PVC, like 4-inch PVC or something that run the length of it, so I have somewhere to put the jet ski on and hold it up. And then I can have, eventually it'll have like stake pockets around the sides for sideboards and stuff for hauling firewood or whatever. I gotta get fenders and stuff yet. It's getting there though. Work in progress. Next is the decking, so that's what I'm gonna start on now. Alright, so I went ahead and put these boards down here. I was trying to decide how I wanted to do it, because I was gonna leave, you know, a big space in between each one. I think for now this will work out good. I'm gonna leave this board out for now, which is, this is a little bit more than the 2x6 wide. I'm gonna leave that one out for now. I still gotta run into town again, and I gotta get 2 more 2x6s to run, one here all the way back and then one on the other side all the way back, which will get cut for the tire, so it doesn't, obviously not gonna run right through the tire. And then these are just sitting on here. I gotta mount those yet. I really should get more of those, but for now I got these two. I'll just do the front because that's gonna hold the tires and stuff down on the sprint car. On a side note, the good news is that the next video is going to be me putting in the clutch and timing tensioner stuff. That's all going to go on the sprint car probably this weekend. So, but that'll be another video. So for now, I gotta go into town real fast and grab some more boards, and I'm also about out of screws, which I want to show you guys those too, so in case you were looking at doing it. I did these on another trailer I built a while back too, and they've worked out really good. Let me see if I can focus you. it just, you know, I stick them just below flush, and it's these, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but self-tapping screws for for attaching wood to metal. It's a little self-tapper, you know, and like I said, I've built a trailer using these before. I'm gonna try to get this open one-handed. I built a trailer with them before, and it's still to this day holding up good, but that's all it is. It's a Phillips head. It's got the beveled flat top head on it, but beveled self-tapper, and all I do is I just take the drill and a pilot hole just through the wood, 2 holes on each end, and then in the middle where all these ribs run across, I'll run one in the center of the board on each board, on each rib. So, and I just use a nut driver to run them in, and it works out good. And once they're all attached in every spot, it really sturdies up the trailer pretty good too. So here pretty quick, I'm gonna run into town, get the boards, and finish this up. And I'm gonna pull it out and test the lights, make sure everything works good. And then this weekend, I'm gonna actually be testing it with the sprint car on it. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, that's where we're at, and I'll see you as soon as I get the boards, which for you will be right about now. I had to get the mini sprint up on it. I needed a little bit more room in the garage to do what I was trying to do. So, and one, I needed the car on here to put the tie down locations. I needed to know where they needed to be. So in order to do that, I had to have the car up there. So I'm gonna get it set on the trailer itself where it should be at. And I also wanted to show you guys the lights. So let me go get this turned on and I'll show those to you. So that was the lights, and like I said, I'm just gonna put the tie down spots on, which I only have 4 of them, and you need one in the front and in the back of each tire, because that's how I strap things down, is I run a strap over the tire, but at least on the race car. But like I said, I still got to get the winch up here, and then that'll be able just to tie right onto the bumper or whatever. If I wreck, I can tie it around the actual chassis or whatever. But like I said, I gotta get that on yet. I've got to fab up the thing for it. But here is the tie downs that I'm using, and those will go on here somewhere, front and back of each tire. And I'm actually going to switch out this tire on the trailer too, because I noticed when I put the weight of the car on here, this tire was flat. I just put air in it, but it was pretty well flat. But I have a spare, so I'm going to throw that on there for now, because eventually I'm going to get, they're the same size round, but they're wider tires, and I can throw a little bit wider of a tire on here and not have too much of a problem. So I want to do that because I think they'll handle a little more weight anyway, so that's what I'm going with. And I'm also, all at the same time, I'm playing around with a new camera my wife bought me. So if it kind of seems like I'm not really paying attention to the video and I'm trying to play around with the zoom and everything else on it, that's what I'm doing. I'm playing around with it. She was nice enough to get me a new camera, because the other one was just kind of big and bulky. It's great for a lot of things, but the one little tripod that I try to use all the time, that big camera would just collapse it. So I'm going to try this one, see how good it does. So that's where we're at for now. I did go ahead and run into town, and I got the other 2x6s. I just got to cut them yet and put those on. I mean, I don't think you really need me to show you how to do that, but if you do, I guess comment below, and I'll make a video when I do the next upgrade to the trailer, whatever it may be. And you know, like I said, make it a jet ski trailer also, and the kayak trailer, and all the other stuff. I'll just make another video. I'll make it a whole series or something of trailer mods or trailer upgrades or whatever. And like I said, still got to do all the winch and the stuff up there. I'm gonna put a box up there for ratchet straps. I also had the thought, you see these, the frame itself on this is like probably 3 inches deep, and I had the thought of maybe like welding a plate on the bottom side of it, and just these little cavities here, which doesn't go, it's about the end of this cavity is about right here. So you're looking at probably, I don't know, 14 inches at the most deep. And well, 3 inches deep, but you know, this way is 14 inches roughly. And then from here to here on this one, I would say it's probably, oh, I don't know, maybe 30 inches, just eyeballing, you know, roughly. But there's that one, and there's that one on both sides. So my thought was to put a plate on the bottom, and maybe just a little, you know, because this is really an unused section. I mean, aside from just basically standing on it, I don't know what else you would really put there with a whole lot of weight on it. But my thought was to maybe put like a hinged lid type thing on it, to, you know, to be able to just throw your ratchet straps down in there. So that's a thought. If you guys like the idea, you just comment below, let me know what you think, and I might just make a video of doing something like that. Make a nice little hidden ratchet strap area and keep it out of the box on the front, I guess. So let me know in the comment section below if that's something you want to see, and I'll keep pounding away on this thing, getting these boards cut for here for now, and all else fails, they're just screwed in. I can just unscrew them and put a lid there, I guess, if I need to. So let me know.